Ravichandran Ashwin is a true legend of the game. It's sad to see him go from the international scene, and over the last decade and a half, he's given so much to the world of Test cricket. Look at his career, and you see that he's served India for a full 15 years. Not just Test cricket, but even in limited overs, he is a World Cup winner for India in the 2011 edition and a Champions Trophy winner in 2013 edition. Across 287 caps for the country, he has over 750 wickets with 4,000 plus runs, and his 37 5 firsts in Test cricket are second only to Muralidharan himself. He also has 8 10 firsts, 6 centuries, and 15 half centuries for India. The standout for me is his 11 Player of the Series awards in Test cricket, which is the most ever, joint with Muralidharan, higher than so many legends of the game. Let's scroll all the way back to his debut, 6 November 2011 against West Indies, and in his first match right there, he won Player of the Match. He started off with a handy 3 for 83, but for 6 for 47 not only led India to a quality victory, but also recorded his first 5 and signaled the start of a change in the spin compartment. He was going to be the starter for the next many years. In his third test, things got even better. He got another 5 and then he followed up with a century, showing that not only is he a great bowler, but he also has an all-round aspect to his game, and he displayed that within no time. Once again ended up with 4 for 34 in the last inning. Not only was that another math match, but that was the end of series, which meant he got the Player of the Series award too. And that was that. The entire home dominance that India had was built largely on his bowling, and as the saying goes, the rest is history. Now finishing 7th on the list of all-time highest wicket takers, Ashwin currently has a whopping 537 scalps. But it's not just impressive that he's played a long time and managed to get to that number, it's also really impressive how quickly he did it. Now in that first story mentioned, he got his first wicket, which was Darren Bravo. His 50th wicket of Nick Compton was the 9th fastest in history, and then he became the 7th fastest to get to 100 when he got Darren Sammy out. His rate kept getting quicker and quicker, and he became the 5th fastest to 150, became the 3rd fastest to 200 with Kane Williamson, and then took off better than anyone else in the history of the game when he became the fastest bowler to both the 250th, 300th, and 350th wicket mark. He maintained that pace really well and still managed to be the second fastest to 400, 450, and 500 until his final scalp of Mitchell Marsh this year landed him at 537. He's not only one of the greatest Indian bowlers, but arguably one of the best spinners in Test history. But what sets him apart is he's not just a great spinner, he's also an amazing batsman with the bat. His first century, once again in the third match, came against West Indies where he scored 103 off just 118 balls. It was a great counter-attacking innings where he displayed his ability to change the game with the bat in no time. Go forward a few years, and once again against the West Indies at home, he scored another century. This time around, he showed the other aspect to his game, a more calculated, a slower approach, scoring his career best 124 off 210 balls. Moving ahead to 2016, you can see that he really took a liking to West Indies. This time around, he was away, 2 centuries across the series, 113 of 253 balls, and 118 of 197 balls were the two longest innings he's played, and that was a series where he really took off his batting dominance and showed his ability to just stay at the crease and be a rock for the Indian batting lineup. There was a bit of a gap afterwards, with batting conditions being very tricky in the recent era, yet in Chennai at his home ground against England, he showcased his ability to bat in very tough conditions. He scored 106 of 148, where no one else managed to score a lot, and he guided the tail well in that innings too. It was a lot of responsibility on his shoulders, and at his home ground, he really owned up to it. And then finally, a few series ago against Bangladesh, we all remember India collapsing and looking to a middling score against Bangladesh before he stitched up with Jadeja and took the charge in a very aggressive and attacking century that saved the innings and led the Indian team to victory. But one of his most memorable innings for Indian fans will always be the 39 not-out he hit against Australia at Sydney, with Hanuman Vihari paired alongside him. And the score wasn't that important. It was the 128 balls he faced, the body blows he took, the fact that his back was basically not functional at that point, and he still managed to just keep on the crease against a red-hot Cummins Stark Hazelwood partnership. It was gritty stuff, it was impressive stuff, and he literally put the body on the line to lead us to that famous, remarkable series victory. With all those aspects to his game, he's just time and time again proven to be a sensational match winner. He's had contributions in every series we have played since his debut, but the Player of Series awards he's won along the way showcase that in his full glory. Obviously, we already mentioned that he got his first Player of Series in his first series ever. Very quickly on, he got his second Player of Series award against New Zealand just the next year. And after India faced a tough loss where Cook cooked and Monty Python started destroying our lineup, we were kind of in a lost place. That's when he came back and rescued India with a Player of Series performance against the Australian side at home. The awards just kept on coming and coming. He had his first away Player of Series award against Sri Lanka in 2015. Then that same year, he got a home Player of Series award against South Africa. The next year, again, he got his award against West Indies, where he got twin centuries alongside a bag full of wickets. Shortly after, he got a home Player of Series award against New Zealand. Then afterwards, India was kind of on the road for a long time, and it was really tough for him because even though he was the best bowler in the world at that point, he was still not in the Indian lineup when India was traveling, and Jadeja was preferred over him. It was tough and it was really confusing. Any other player, any other team would be playing match in, match out without any question. Well, he came back strong though and got his home player of series award against England with that amazing Chennai century and a few other really handy knock against tough spinning tracks to bat on. He picked up another home player of series award against New Zealand, the third of his career in 2021-2022, and then he got his player of series award in the last BGT where him and Jadeja were amazing throughout. Finally, the last series before the New Zealand series that we so shamefully lost, he got the Player of Series award with not just great bowling, but an amazing century to boot. And that showcased that he started and ended the whole era of Indian home dominance with Player of Series performances. And the one series where he was slightly off color, India lost. And that was a big thing because the last three times New Zealand came over, he was Player of Series. He's just so important to Indian Test cricket that with his departure, it's going to be really hard for Jadeja and Sundar to step in. But he's not just one of the best Test cricketers of all time, he's also a remarkable white ball career hitter. Look at his T20I career, and he has 72 wickets at an average of below 24, with a best of 4 wickets for just 8 runs and an economy rate of under 7 in June of 2010. On that debut performance, he had 4 overs for 22 runs for 1 wicket against Zimbabwe, and for fact he did debut alongside Miracle in the format. He was a staple of the Indian team and present for many years until he was replaced by T20I specialists Kuldeep and Chahal. But stellar IPL performances allowed him to come back in 2022, where he got a surprise call-up, and they came to display when he had to face the last over against Pakistan under a lot of pressure and had the guts to leave a ball for wide. That was really well judged, and his last ball forward is the stuff of legends. Unfortunately, the fateful semi-final loss against England marked the end of his T20I career, but he's still going strong in the IPL, made bank once again at the auction. Now his career in ODS is one marked with silverware and a lot of major tournaments. Across 114 innings, he has 156 wickets at an average of 33, with the best being 4 for 25. His ODI debut was also his first time on the international scene as he faced Sri Lanka, and started off with 38 of 32 with 4 fours and a 6. Unfortunately, India lost the match by 6 wickets, but after 4 they took, Ashwin managed to pick 2 of them. He was a consistent member of the team for many years until the Champions Trophy loss put him behind Kuldeep and Chahal in the white ball formats. Yet his versatility with the bat and experience earned him a return in the 2023 World Cup, where the league match against Australia where he had 34 for 1 proved to be his last white ball match ever, but he does have silverware to boot. Now in the 2011 World Cup, he was very young, but made it into a team filled with spinners, where he was competing with the likes of Harbhajan Singh, Pirshala, even the batters Yuvraj, Yusuf, Raina, Tendulkar, and Sehwag were all handy with the ball. That meant that he would start on the bench, but he got his chance against West Indies in the last league game, where he had 41 for 2 and 10 of just 7 balls, and it comes up with victory. In the high-stakes quarterfinal against the winner of the previous 3 editions, Australia, picked 2 for 52, and that accounted for wickets of not only Shane Watson, who was like the premier all-rounder at that time, but Ricky Ponting, who was on a century. He was benched afterwards because Yuvraj Singh was bowling so well that India went ahead with just one spinner, but he played his role really well and allowed India to win that World Cup at home. Moving ahead to the complete domination India had in Champions Trophy 2013, he was an established player by now and he was an international regular, a linchpin of the Indian team. In his first game in South Africa, he was economical with 10 for 47. Second time around against West Indies, he got 1 for 36. Against Pakistan, 2 for 35. In the semis against Sri Lanka, it was 3 for 48, and those were all great economies, but his final performance was really impressive. In what eventually became a T20I match because of rain, he bowled 4 overs, 15 runs for 2 wickets, and was even handed the final over where he had to defend not many runs, yet still managed to bowl tight and get India over the line. He will get his IPL tributes in Chennai, and it'll be good to see him back at home in conditions that he'll love. But also with the kind of brains and smarts he's always possessed, he could easily be someone who continues to contribute to Indian cricket or just the cricket world in general with coaching, commentary, and insightful analysis. You know, see snippets of that already where his online content shows how well spoken he is and how much knowledge he has of the game. Overall, a true legend of the game, and it's just really sad to see him go. Let us know how you feel about the retirement, and don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. This has been K Entertainment, and thanks for watching.